Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday! This is Devils After Dark in the Primetime Radio Studios. I am your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. I know a lot of Devils fans are leaving the Prudential Center right now after a big 6-5 victory over the overhyped Edmonton Oilers. Yes, we will talk about everything. This game had drama. It had the back and forth. It had NFZ. It had defense. It had offense. It had poor referees. It had poor rule book interpretations. It had a game-winning goal before 2021 is out. It's New Year's Eve. I'm happy. Scotty, you're happy. Let's go to the Devils recap as I will dig up those referees' names because I will call them out a little later. Go right ahead, Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal.
Well, Sam Wu is ringing those hell's bells on this. What is today? Friday afternoon. It's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. To us here, Devils fans, we talked about it. This would be a big test today for our team. And boy, did they come out swinging today for the big victory in OT. Let's get to it right here. Devils After Dark. Starting out the scoring. Listen, the big guns came to play. Or the big boys or the big dogs or whatever you want to say. The big guns came out firing on both sides. For us, first goal of the game, only a minute 38 into the contest. Jackie boy, Jack Hughes, the start of another very big day for him. His 7th goal of the season from Dougie Hamilton, and wouldn't you know it, Jesper Bratt again. Everywhere Jesper goes, success follows, it seems like. And I know I was against putting Jesper and Jack together. I said put him with Dawson, but hey, can't really complain with the results today. But still, Jackie boy got the scoring started. And again, dare I say it, I got to catch my breath here, Sam Wu. It was a power play goal. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like we're looking for penalties, and we want to be on the power play. We had that stretch there where we were hoping we could decline the penalty. And oh, by the way, I believe our friend Andreas, don't call me Andre Johnson, Janssen got on the score sheet, Sam Wu. So I think there'll be some football calls coming in this Happy Devils recap. But hold on a
second. I'm still setting up right now, so you just text me when I should be ready because I'll get the finger on the trigger soon.
Okay, you got some time. You got a little bit of time because we got some goals to get through here in the first period. The action was fast and fury. And Mac Blackwood, even though he gave up 2, he made some big saves on the Oilers as well. We talked about this. The Oilers coming out. This is going to be a huge test. I mean, they are just nonstop coming at you. McDavid, Draisaitl, that speed. Whew. Don't forget they got that cagey old vet now on defense as well, Duncan Keith. Personally, I was just a big fan of his play all those years in Chicago, and seeing him up there in Edmonton, just coming back off an injury, he's still got the moves out there, so it's looking pretty good. But either way, and by the way, we had a brother reunion. The Sioux bands. We had the Sioux bands in the Buffalo game, and now we got the McLeods here in this game. I wonder if Beer Baron, who we all know has a man crush on Mikey McLeod, I wonder if he's got a Ryan McLeod jersey.
I bet you maybe one of his kids does.
Just
to follow Daddy's footsteps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because he got himself on the score sheet with Connor McDavid's first goal of the game, just about a minute after Jackie Boy scored. Like we talked about, the big guns came out firing in the first period. The action was fast and furious. But that's McDavid's 18th of the season. He wasn't done from McLeod and CeCe. That tied it up at 1. And then wouldn't you know it? Oh, I can almost do this math. It was about 25 seconds later. Nico Hischier in front of the net. And by the way, I almost forgot to say, on that Jack Hughes goal, beautiful pass from Dougie Hamilton. What did we talk about? Keeping it simple. That's what they were doing on that power play, working it around, getting it to Dougie to put the blast home. Instead, this time, he did a nice fake blast pass right to Jack Hughes for the bomb one-timer that went through. But anyway, moving on over here to Nico Hischier's goal, which was kind of he just banked it off of Mike Smith, basically. You know Nico, working on the boards, crashing, grinding, getting things done, and he finds himself in the right place at the right time. Puts in the rebound off of Mike Smith, and it just trickled back. Nico was almost behind the goal, backhand off of Mike Smith, and then back into the net. It was a nice little play for Devils fans, and good for Nico. We have seen him hit the post so many times. We see him out there. The dude, I mean, he makes the team better. In these 2 games, and him and Ryan Graves have been back. And we also have to talk about, you know, the COVID that's gone through the team and the fatigue that may have been plaguing them. Not going to try and make some excuses here, but just something that looks like maybe the team is getting ahead of now. So, because they had their step tonight, and we know they were going to need it against Edmonton. But really good for Nico Hischier. We've talked about him trying to chip in more on the goals. He gets all of the assists going when he's out there. But that is his 4th goal of the year. Jesper Boquist gets on the score sheet as well. He's been in the lineup since Tatar's been in protocol. And Ryan Graves with his 8th assist. So now, first period not done yet. We you know, we're like, what's going on? 2-1, Devils up. But this is the Edmonton Oilers. And Yamamoto, I almost said that wrong. Yamamoto gets his 6th. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and is it Cuckoo? On the assist over there. A nice tip that they got in and past Blackwood at 6 minutes of the first period. 2-2. All right, you got 13 minutes left in the end-to-end action. It was nonstop there. But you know what? The Devils had their step today. They were ready to go, and they needed to be. We saw the speed that the Oilers were displaying. So they were there, and then, here it comes. Here it comes, Sam Wu. The saucer pass.
Sam Wu with the call. You're supposed to cue me in.
Sam Wu with the call.
2-2 tie. Devils get up in the hurry-up offense. Severson at center. Snaps to Andre Johnson. To Dawson Mercer. Touchdown, Devils. Devils take the lead 3-2 in the first period. Oh, do we have a ball game for you, New Jersey? Ha, ha, ha. Devils up 3-2.
Very nice. Very nice, Sam Wu. We haven't had one of those in a couple weeks now. That feels
Andre
good.
Johnson has been off the score sheet, you know?
Yeah.
A little rusty,
like it.
but also congratulations to the other Andre Johnson for being a 15 finalist for the Football Hall of Fame.
For the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Andre Johnson.
Good for him.
Houston Texans. Yes.
Yes. But Andreas, don't call me Andre Johnson, Janssen, got his 11th assist of the season on there. It was a really nice saucer pass over to Dawson Mercer, who just kind of, just like a quick chip, slap at it, and right into the net. It was a pretty play that put the Devils up 3-2. And then, I wouldn't say the team settled down, but more the goaltenders settled down. And there were still chances galore, basically for the next, the entire game. The entire game. The Devils didn't score in the second period, but the chances did not stop through the entire game. Lots of good stuff that we saw from the team. Speed. They didn't go to sleep. We said they were going to have to play a 60-minute game. Well, they had to play about 63 or 64 minutes today, but they played all of them, and it was really, really nice to see. Now, McDavid in the second tied it up with the old wrister there About 13 minutes into the period, 14 minutes into the period there, 7:57 of the second. That was his 19th from Duncan Keith and Yamamoto, who had a great game as well. So game is tied 3-3 going into the third period. Oh, I got to flip my page now. To my next page of notes here. Next page of notes. And there's actually something that I had written down at the start of the game here that was actually back on page 1. You know what it said? Who do we need to get going? And Yanni Kuokkanen, I got Quokes and Sharangovich written down on my notes right here. We need to get these two guys going. Now, we saw Coach Lindy Ruff is in the COVID protocol, and Coach Naz is back behind the bench, which we should all be comfortable with. He's been there for years now, and he did a damn good job when he stepped in after Hines was let go. We all thought, we were like, what's going on with this team? We always complained about Coach Naz because he was in charge of the defense because the defense was Swiss cheese. But then once he got in control of the entire team and they started playing a different system, we started seeing all these different results. And we're like, whoa, hang on. We like this guy. He actually knows what he's doing here when you put him in charge. So Coach Naz was behind the bench today. And I was, I've been one who's been campaigning to see, Jack get reunited with Sharangovich and Kuokkanen, but they were still separated. Sharangovich and Jack with Jesper Bratt, and Kuokkanen down with Mercer and Janssen. So really need to get those two guys going. They were a pivotal part of our team last year in the, what success we did have. A lot of it was attributed to them. They earned themselves new NHL level contracts. Not two-way deals. They earned themselves NHL-level contracts last year. So there were two guys that really feel need to jumpstart that game. And when you know it, in the third period, both of them got goals. Man, this was a hell of a game today, man. Just non-stop. But Yanni Kuokkanen with the slap shot coming. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Sam Wu on the call. Can you please tell us about this next goal for the New Jersey Devils?
Roll the videotape. It's third period. Devils are tied 3-3. Dawson Mercer kicking it off. It's an onside kick. Recovered by Andre Johnson. No. Yanni Kuokkanen. Touchdown. Devils up 4-3. Prudential Center. You are loud!
Woo! Man, I still can't tell if that's not Bob Papa on that call right there. I mean, I'm hearing play-by-play, in your future, Sam Wu. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. I want to start off with the Connecticut Whale in the PHF.
Hey! Let's give a shout to Moose. She was at the game, right?
I can't reveal that information.
Oh, right.
No, I'm kidding around. Okay. Of course she was at the game.
Oh, okay. I thought I just did something really bad. Joking. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you didn't get her fired or anything. No,
I was like, did I get her in trouble or something? Oh, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Moose? We miss you. Here on the show, and always the best of luck over there with that. Woo, those sharp Connecticut Whale jerseys over there. But the Devils now up 4-3, New Jersey. But you know what? The Edmonton Oilers are the Edmonton Oilers, and the NHL referees are the NHL referees. We all know that they hate the New Jersey Devils. Gary Bettman has had it in for us for years and years and years. And we just, we saw it earlier in the year. Remember when, I can't even remember what team it was. Somebody was like completely offsides. And we challenged it and they're like, nah, that's okay. Yeah, he was going backwards. So that's cool. He's allowed to be offsides. And good goal.
Make it up as you go along, right?
Yeah. What? So now I believe it wasn't the Shore goal, right? It was the Yamamoto second goal
of
the game.
to make it 5-4.
So Shore ties it up. And once again, an assist from brother Ryan McLeod. He gets his second assist of the day. So 2 points. So mom and dad were up there in the stands. I know dad is a big Devils fan. Yeah. Mom was, they got to go one side for one side for the other. So mom was rocking the Oilers jersey for little bro. So that was cool to see the parents up there. It's always awesome those things. Oh yeah. When you get like the brothers playing each other and stuff like that, that's always fun. And like I said, we've seen so much of it recently. Man, if Tice Thompson was up the other game, we would have had Tice and Tage and Malcolm and PK. Well, whatever. So, this goal. Okay, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I'm saving my beef till after the recap, but go ahead.
Okay. I don't understand.
It for them.
Somehow or another, we'll talk about this afterwards. Somehow or another, there was, a little bit of a scrum there in front of the net. Our boy Dougie Hamilton is falling to the ice. He gets the puck and sweeps it, trying to clear it up the boards out of the zone. Duncan Keith then gets it, and you can actually see him kind of pause on the ice like, well, guess we're having a face-off because the Devils just had possession, and we're going to go to the Devils were on a delayed penalty.
Yeah.
Refs just said, nah, F it. Just kind of keep playing, guys. It's okay. Go for it. So then there's a cross-ice pass, which Jack Hughes, clearly deflects off of his stick. You can almost say that was possession as well.
Not so much as the Dougie Hamilton one. Not
so much as the Dougie. I could see the Jack Hughes one going, but it was 2 times that the Devils did, get their sticks on the puck. One of them definitely was a clearing attempt. The other, so somehow or another, refs were just like, nah, it's okay. Go ahead, guys. Keep playing. And that is how Yamamoto got what we thought was a back-breaking goal there to put the Oilers up 5-4. A overlong review for the refs to come back and say, yeah, you know what, that's not challengeable there, Naz. Sorry, buddy. Bettman must have been. He was on the phone frantically, just like, we can't let them have this. We can't let them. No.
Did you like my conspiracy theory when I wrote in the group text?
That the Oilers paid off the refs. I'm going with
no. You got to word it correctly. The reason why it took so long is they just want to make sure the funds are in the account.
Oh, the money. Yeah. Well, we all know about the internet around the rock. The internet around the rock is a little. Well, the internet around the rock is a little testy, so we know sometimes that.
How come it's not transferring?
Yeah, I don't see. Just refresh your app. Refresh.
Available funds.
That's what they were doing.
Okay. Well, you can't review it anyway.
So I'm not sure why that's not reviewable. I guess they're saying it's a judgment call.
I've been reading the rules. We'll get to that later because I've got this whole laundry list of blasting people. But right now we're at 5-4 Oilers.
5-4 Oilers, and I got to say I was pissed, but at the same time, I was thinking about the other day when we were doing Devils After Dark and our Sunday show, and when Sam does the Woo reports, and Nick and state of the fan address, and Vinny on Game Day Live, we're all talking about we just want the team to play better. So I'm like, okay, the refs are really screwing us over here, guys. Just don't go to sleep here. Don't let the Oilers come out and now just score 2 or 3 more and put the game to bed and have a 7-4 loss or something like that. You've played well so far. This is not your fault. Don't get too down on yourself and come back and play hard. And you know what? The comeback kids showed up. And this is when I started thinking about, the team, everyone out there, I'm sure, is well aware with the sudden surge of this, new COVID. I know a lot of people that have gotten sick that I've worked with, and they've all said the same thing. The fatigue is what is killer. Out of nowhere, you're just insanely exhausted and you feel like you have to take a nap. So I can't really imagine it being very easy to play an NHL level hockey game with that. And like I said, not making excuses, but that's what I was starting to think. I'm like, man, maybe the team just doesn't have it because they're just out of it, and they're just exhausted, and this is what's going on. But you know what? Today they came out with that fire. Maybe like we said, the team is starting to turn that corner on the health with this, and they're starting to recuperate, and now they're starting to get back to playing at 100% instead of 65, 70%, which is what we heard from Tom Fitzgerald trying to get those games canceled, when he was saying that everybody's sick. Once you start analyzing, and always hindsight's 2020, of course, but now when you start analyzing it a little more, we're obviously not in those locker rooms, but you saw it today on the ice. The boys were able to keep that step with, arguably the best team in the NHL. Definitely some of the best players in the NHL, generational players there with Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. And even on defense, Duncan Keith, he's going to the Hall of Fame, that guy's going to the Hall of Fame. So, that's a team that's stacked. The boys did not go to sleep. They kept pushing through the third, and right there at the end of the game, 1928 of the third period, that other guy that we were talking about, that we really need to get going, Yegor Sharangovich, came up with his 6th goal of the season. And, I just clicked on something and I screwed myself up there. His 6th goal of the season from, there it was, that's right, Dougie Hamilton and Jack Hughes, by the way.
And do you know who should get an assist on that goal? He'll never show up in the stats. Nathan Bastian. He was in front of the goaltender on all of those man-up situations, and I was watching him like a hawk. I wasn't even watching plays. I was watching where number 14 was out in the ice, because we talked about on Game Day Live, on the Woo Report, in the last 3 days. They've simplified the game. You put beef up front and have that beef cause chaos in front of the goaltender. You make the goaltender hesitate for a split second, the puck's going to be in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how perfect of a shot you have. No, it's a matter of getting it on net and being there for the rebounds, and that's exactly what the Devils did. That game was tied because of those reasons. Simplifying the game. Just want to point that out there.
No, and what have we been saying? Keep it simple. And on this last goal, tell me if you heard this story before. Somebody passes it to Dougie Hamilton at the point. He takes a monster shot, and either it goes through or someone gets a tip and they get a good shot. That's how we've been scoring, is our defensemen getting these blasts from the point. The first goal of the game was set up by Dougie faking the blast and doing the pass to Jack Hughes for the one-timer. This time, at the end of the game, he actually puts the blast, and Yegor Sharangovich and Nathan Bastian are in front of the net. Sharangovich gets the tip just a little bit, just to change that direction of the puck slightly, gets by Mike Smith, who, by the way, is coming back from injury. He had a hell of a game. Both him and Blackwood, after the first, like we said, like 6-7 minutes of that first period there, the teams didn't stop, but the goaltenders really stepped it up, and Mike Smith had an exceptional game. That put the Rock into a frenzy, and the comeback kids were here again. And you started thinking, wow, okay, they might be able to pull this off here. Despite the referee's best efforts to screw us, the Devils might be able to actually pull this off here. And we're heading to OT, which we know is fun and can favor us with our highly skilled players. However, look who we're playing today. The most highly skilled players in the league are on the Edmonton Oilers. So it was an exciting overtime. It's all about getting possession and working it and finding those good scoring chances. We had 2 breakaways, one by Jesper Bratt, one by Jack Hughes, that Mike Smith got both of. But then those 2 guys, again, very late in overtime with about, I don't know, maybe it was about a minute to go, minute or so to go. At 2:55 in, so about 2 minutes to go. Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt step on the ice again with Damon Severson. Bratt with the assist. Jack Hughes with the snapshot, overtime winner one more time, just like the first game of the season. I was waiting for him to throw his stick over the glass again. He didn't, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe that's saved for opening night, but Jack Hughes put that place into another frenzy. And wow, a 3-point game from the superstar. Who we want to see it from? We want to see it from Jack Hughes. Jesper Bratt is a playmaker. You said it the other day, Sam Wu. Jackie Boy's got to start thinking shoot first. Much like Pavel Zacha has turned into a shoot first type of person with playing with Nico Hischier. If we're going to put Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes together, Jackie Boy, you got to shoot first, dude. And that's what you did in overtime to bury it for your 8th of the year. Big winner right there. Just trickled in through the legs of Mike Smith. Thought he might have had it, but it was through a screen. Really nice shot. Really nice setup by Jesper Bratt, who is hit 20. That's 20 assists for that guy on the year. All right?
Yeah.
By far and away the team leader. 3 stars of the game with his second 3-point game in a row. Jack Hughes got the first star, the second going to Connor McDavid, who also had 2 goals there. Dawson Mercer gets the 3rd star for his big goal as well. I think didn't he get an assist too, I think? Did he have another assist or just that goal?
Just give it to him.
Just that. No, he just had that goal. So listen,
okay.
There could have been a lot of people in that 3rd star. Jesper Bratt could have been there. Mike Smith could have been there. Mackenzie Blackwood could have been there. Dougie Hamilton could have been there. This game was, going old like JR style, man, was a slobber knocker from start to finish. It was a lot of fun. And I'm not going to lie, Sam Wu, we've been down on the team, rightfully so, in these past couple weeks. But this game in overtime,
I don't need this anymore.
This game in overtime.
I don't need this anymore.
This game in OT, the Jesper Bratt, breakaway got me up. The Jack Hughes breakaway literally got me out of my seat. And then when Jack Hughes scored, it's been quite a while, I literally screamed out like, yeah! I did the big fist pump, man. I was excited to see this team play. This is the way we saw them play early in the season. Only game 2, though, of the reset. Only game 2. We got another big one tomorrow, but there's so much to unpack from this one. We got to talk about it more. Hit us up. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live. Tell us what you think of this game today, how you're feeling about, the confidence factor of our team right now. And Sam Wu, what say you about this game?
Well, I just want to I thought about it in the last 15 minutes about this game. I want to start off with the positives before I bash the refs in, because I thought this podcast was going to be about bashing the refs, but I'm going to save that.
I mean, we could do that. We could do that as well.
But let me get to the good points. Go ahead.
One final, because I didn't go through all the stats, but just one quick thing again. Second game of the road, Devils with 40-plus shots. 41 on the night.
Also, 1 for 2 on the power play. I believe the Oilers were 0 for 1. Okay, so you did your homework on the special teams, New Jersey Devils. Okay, I'm liking this reset.
No stupid penalties.
Yeah, and all right. So getting to my analysis of this game, let's start with the positives about the New Jersey Devils. What they're doing right. Why are they winning? Why are they looking much better than the 6 weeks before the pause? Number 1, the shots are getting quicker on net. They're not waiting around for the perfect shot, telegraphing their shots where the goaltender can see it. What they're doing is no hesitation, quick shots on net. We talked about it on the Woo Report and Game Day Live today, right? That makes a big difference, because that split second, it's a game of a split second. One little hesitation from the goaltender, suddenly you've got rebounds and suddenly you've got an open net. Kudos to the New Jersey Devils just not thinking it. Chico Resch on Game Day Live a couple podcasts ago said, Vinny Parisi asked him a big question. Is it
Mhm.
is it a myth or is it true that the players, because they're slumping, are they holding on to their sticks too tight? And Chico gave his opinion about it, but when you are just being reactive with the puck and putting it on net without thinking, spending any time to think and using your instincts, you're not holding on to the stick too long or too tight. Okay. And now you're seeing that the pucks are naturally finding its way to the goaltender and in the back of the net right now. The Devils need to continue to simplify their game and keep at it. What we saw in those miserable 6 weeks was just hanging on to the puck, looking for a guy
Mhm.
wide open. No, it's
Mhm.
almost like boom, boom, bam. We're going to put it on net. Boom, boom, bam. Not boom, boom, boom around the perimeter game. Oh, no. And then you're telegraphing the entire play. They read you like a book. They made the adjustment, the coaching staff. I don't know why it took so long, but I don't care right now. I like what I'm seeing with this offense.
Yeah.
Also, good offense is also a good defense because the puck possession is
Yep.
more down and deep in the offensive zone as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Some of the mistakes they made, some of the goals that they gave up against a high powered, high octane offense with Edmonton, you got to give credit for some of them, but the others, there's still a lot of work to do for the New Jersey Devils.
Oh yeah.
Some of the mistakes that they made. Studenic made a couple of mistakes. They got to figure
Mm.
out how to clear the puck out of the zone every single time. Now let's get to the segue of the Dougie Hamilton clear. Unfortunately, maybe the refs didn't know that the way the Devils clear the puck is we usually shoot it to the other opposing team and it just doesn't look like you cleared it. If you take 10,000 videos of stoppages in the NHL, in the PHF, in Mike's hockey, 10 out of 10 times the whistle would have been blown when Dougie Hamilton cleared that puck. And I want to give credit's due because on Twitter, we've got a huge response. And I want to give credit
Mhm.
to a few people. At MadMax21. What if that clear had enough to make it into the net vacated by Smith? Would that have been enough for possession? Awful call. You're telling me that if Dougie
Woo!
Hamilton
Good point.
cleared that
Good
puck
point.
and went into the net, who gets that goal? Dougie Hamilton? How does that work? You got to play these rules, and I hate this is why I get into my thing about analytics, numbers, reading the rules by the rules. It has to, in my opinion, these rules have their intent. It has to be in a hockey sense. That was definitely a clearing attempt where you need to have possession, control the puck to even sweep it out to the Edmonton defenseman. All right. The Jack Hughes one, that was more subjective in my opinion, but BMac, Mac Max 21 on Twitter made a great point. Also, I asked the help of Kerry Frazier and scouting the refs, Josh Smith, which do great work on Twitter. And I don't quite agree with him, but he did. But I like to put both sides of the argument. It's not
Mhm.
possession, but control you're looking for on the whistle. Contacting the puck or changing its direction is not necessarily sufficient to be deemed control. I guess that's more of the letter of the law, so to speak. He could be correct. I'll give him
I'll say
somewhat
that about
there.
the Jack
Yeah,
Hughes. I'll say that
yeah,
about the Jack
yeah.
Hughes side of it. I can see that one. I mean, as a fan, I'd be angry, but I can see that one. The Dougie one, though, I think, like Samu said just a few minutes ago, 10 out of 10, whistle should have been blown. Like,
Yeah. And you know what? And I could show you about 10,000 videos of that. It's not like I can. It's
yeah.
not like this to me this was, this is obvious. At Drop the Bomb on Twitter also replied to, us. This rule is so loosely applied though. Earlier there was a similar play where the Oiler touched the puck with less control and it was blown dead. No point in arguing over it, but it is the lack of consistency that leads to these arguments. What a great point. So, my message to the refs, they're human, they're a human error, but I just still don't understand how you can watch this game for years and how that Dougie Hamilton play is even close to being subjective, because that was an obvious possession clear of the puck, and the ref's hand was already up. It should have been blown dead. Maybe the ref had his hand up, and maybe, I don't know, I have to look at the replay, and maybe his whistle wasn't ready enough to blow it, but they almost blew the game. But you got to credit a young team that overcame the refs, because it will happen from time to time. But I have to agree with Drop the Bomb on Twitter. The consistency leads to conspiracy theories, leads to, we've seen, like, how are you interpreting some of these plays and take 8 to 10 minutes to figure out that it's not reviewable? Somebody,
Yeah,
you know what? That's inexcusable.
Yeah, that was.
You should have known that from the start.
Exactly. That's something that should have been, like, I think, brought in from, wherever it is, the New York or the Toronto offices. They should have immediately said, why do you have the teams sitting around there for 10 minutes? I mean, they were starting to take warm-ups there on the side just to keep themselves going. Like, come on, get your game together over there. Like, that was horrible calls. And like I said, I can see the Jack Hughes one getting by, but the Dougie one should have been whistled down immediately.
I wish. I'll tell
in
you
the
what,
end,
I wish there was a way I could play hockey god and have that puck go into the Edmonton Oilers net when the net is vacated, and see what they would do about that.
That would have been something special.
To see something like, yeah, because
that would have been really nice.
Who gets the goal? Last person to touch it, without any kind of possession or control, was Dougie Hamilton. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. But I think Drop the Bomb said something very important too. Nothing the team could do about it at that point. And it's for us fans to linger on and complain about, but the boys didn't. They kept moving forward, and they faced a situation that they've been in many times this season. And earlier in the season, we saw them be the comeback kids. And then we saw them be the go to sleep early kids, and tonight and yesterday or 2 days ago, they seem to be playing more in that comeback kid state of mind where they're confident that they can get a goal. And simplifying it has made all the difference. You can see the cycle, work it to the point. We have defensemen with really big shots that are good at getting it through. Let them do their thing. There's a reason why Dougie Hamilton was one of the most sought after, defensive free agents in the offseason, okay? Because, not only because of his defensive capabilities, but that offensive side to his game. And, we've seen it a lot, and I think we're going to see it even more and more. And it'll be good things. We're going to get PK. We've already seen this from PK. The first first 10 games of the season, that shot was going wide. It was missing the net, but PK was bad in the beginning. But then, like a lot of veterans do, it takes them a little bit, a little longer to get into their stride. And we've seen him pick up his game. So, we all know that PK is going to be one of those guys available. He's probably available now if anybody wanted him, but at the trade deadline, the more points he puts up, the more return we're going to get for him. So it only does us good to see, PK start putting up these points here. And this system will promote that because it's going to get him assists. It's going to get him shots. And that shot, now that he's hitting the net, he's still got a wicked shot and it's going to get through. And that's good things. That's good things.
And, again, like what we said after the Buffalo game, right now it's just 2 games. This was a significant comeback victory for the Devils. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves because this is a great start. It's a great start after the reset because we've seen this before. And
But in 24 hours, what do we have to do, Sam Wu?
oh, I don't know.
We have to play the Washington Capitals.
Oh yeah, that too. I thought it was Sunday.
A team. Oh, is it Sunday? Am I off?
Yeah.
Do they have a day off? Is that? Oh, am I off on my
I believe
days
they
here?
have New Year's Day off. I think it's Sunday.
Oh,
isn't it?
they do. I'm sorry. Oh, apologies. I thought it was a back-to-back. My mistake. My mistake. I read that wrong.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. So we could have a nice day, but we remember what happened last holiday. Okay, we all remember Thanksgiving. All right.
Yes.
Things went awry after Thanksgiving. So
Yep.
have yourself a nice New Year. Don't get too crazy tonight, boys. And then Sunday's gonna be another big test. No sleepwalking. This is not like a 2-game deal. This has got to be like every game, like no sleepwalking. And we talked about it. The Devils' schedule is one of the toughest in the league. This division is just a monster. So there's not a lot of let up. After the Caps, we got the Bruins. Yeah. That's not easy.
And the BJs twice, and then the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then the Lightning. The 10-game stretch, right? So 10-day stretch. You've got the BJs, the bad Bruins, and Capitals, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Antonio Rodriguez on the YouTube Live. We've got a lot of people on YouTube Live right now.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So I think the refs would have overturned the call if they would have deemed the play reviewable. That would be a good question to ask in the press conference. If we were in the room, I would ask the refs, would you have overturned it if it was considered reviewable? Or would Toronto have done that? I want to know that question because I think it's very important to know that question. We will never get it, but that's a very important question to ask because it will define what these rules really mean because they are so loosely written and the refs, not their fault because they're human. I don't want to be like pointing fingers at them, but they have been inconsistent with some of these. Oh, okay. Like that? Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But, in case we have a referee that ever comes onto the podcast, Scotty, I got to ease up a little bit. In case I think we have Zebra Day.
I think they're used to the criticism. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't think
it's not like fans have ever. Yeah, fans have never criticized referees before.
Heck, if Kerry Frazier ever came on, we'd be like, "Oh, hi, Kerry, you were the great referee of all time." We'd be like a bunch of fanboys.
Some of these guys are standing in the middle of back in the day, like Probert and Domi throwing punches, and I don't think they're going to be too concerned with us over here. So
I think Wyatt Horning had a great comment in the Facebook Live.
I like that name. Wyatt.
Two no call penalties result in 2 goals for the Oilers, but Jack said, "Hold my beer."
Hey, this is what Jackie Boy is capable of, and when he's healthy and he's starting to look healthy, he's dancing out there. And you see the chemistry that's starting to form with him and Jesper Bratt. It's really no surprise. Everywhere Jesper goes, success seems to follow. He is just a playmaker like that. That's why, a few weeks ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, they stuck Nico and Jesper together. And I was just like, no. Don't put our 2 best playmakers together like that. You have to separate them so they can make the other guys even better. And Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier are 2 types of players like that wherever they are, they make the guys around them a lot better. So you're starting to see that with Jack Hughes, and Sam Wu will give you credit. You're the one who said it the other day. If Jack's going to play with Jesper, he's got to start thinking shoot first. Shoot first. Jackie Boy, you got a wicked shot, just like Pavel Zacha. Pavel Zacha used to seem like he was confused. Like, do I pass it? Do I shoot it? What should I do? Then all of a sudden he started thinking, shoot first. Now, Pavel's another one that we need to get off this little slide here because he's been struggling a lot. So let's hope that we can get him a goal in the next game. But, we've seen him improve and make those steps forward. He's still on pace to crack 20 goals and everything like that this year, which would be great, which would be fantastic.
6 points in the last 2 games for Jack Hughes, Scotty, and what I'm thinking right now, again, I was saying before, this is just 2 games. If I'm going to evaluate this team, and this is what I would hope as a fan, as a New Jersey Devils fan, this is what I would hope, that this young team learned their lesson during that slump. Sometimes you need to have a good, hard failure to learn to overcome. And now that the reset button has been hit and Tom Fitzgerald held the players, not the coaches, the players accountable. The players so far have responded, and they're 2-0 since then. But I will reserve commenting to say if this team is progressing till the All-Star break, because I'd like to see this team in the next 6 weeks play great Devils hockey, continue the simplified approach, because when you simplify the approach, a lot less things can go wrong. You don't want to overthink it. It's a game of hockey. Let your instincts and let all those practices, rule and take over when you're out in the ice. I think oftentimes, I think it was a lot of it was mental, Scotty, and I see what Fitzgerald is doing. I think when he was trying to tell the NHL, "Oh, we need a little stoppage here. We're getting hit. We need guys back." I think he was also protecting the players as well. I think he was trying to buy him some time, and I can totally respect that out of somebody like Tom Fitzgerald, who has played the game, understands it, but also at the same token held them accountable in that press conference around December 22nd, I believe. So things are good. But you got another test. The Washington Capitals. They have given the Devils a lot of trouble. But the Capitals should be aware. The Devils coaches and the staff have finally figured out you need to put a little beef up front, in front of the goaltender, and get the pucks quickly. Half a second or less. Don't think about it. Just get it on net. And it's starting to work. So let's see what happens this Sunday. Is it a 1 p.m. start? Do you see that, or is it 7 p.m.?
I believe it's a. Oh, hang on. Mine is in. It says 12 noon, so that means it's a 3 p.m. start for you guys.
Okay, 3 p.m. start. So you can count on us. Game Day Live, Devils After Dark, and Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern. That we will have a triple header Sunday on January 2nd. And yeah, I mean, I think we said it all. I think we said it all. Jack Hughes said in the press conference it was important to get that win, especially at home in front of our fans. Couldn't agree more with Jack. And we're seeing the maturation process of Jack Hughes, what we saw in the beginning of the season before he got hurt. I think he's got his legs back. I think he's got his lungs going. And, with the new confidence, hopefully that he can keep that up for the next 6 weeks going into the All-Star break.
And I just want to point this out as well, because we were talking about it. Simplifying, and I just want to make sure I got all my stats here correct. But simplifying, where is that other Jack Hughes goal? This is Buffalo. That's the wrong game I was looking at. We talked about simplifying, and what does that mean? Getting your defense involved and taking those shots from the point, and crashing the net, getting in the lanes. And I just want to point this out: these 2 games, since they've started with this simplified process, defenseman with 8 points. Dougie Hamilton, 3 points. Goal, 2 assists. PK assist. Ty assists. Graves assists. Severson, 2 assists. It's 8 points for the defense. Keep it simple. The talent is there. Fitzy's right. Yeah. The talent's there. It's in the room. But they needed to simplify the process.
And notice that they're taking more one-timers as well. I think Bryce and even Chico in the past have alluded to it. With one-timers, you have no time to think. You just have to shoot and let it rip.
Yeah.
And hopefully those years of practice, of practicing one-timers in practice, you'll get a goal out of it. And I like that because you know what? It's so hard to defend. It is so hard to defend when a player is. It's either you block it or you hope for the best with your goalie. With that puck, going on to the net, if you're putting a Bastion there, they're not moving out Bastion in front of the net. I can tell you that.
Right.
Because I've been watching him like a hawk, and when he's in front of the net, good things happen. There was one instance where he wasn't in front of the net, and the Devils missed a chance of scoring just because he just got tied up by another player. So if Bastion can continue that, plus he'll make me look better because I wanted to keep him all along with that expansion draft. Thankfully, the Devils got lucky. Maybe Tom Fitzgerald should get the credit because he probably figured, they'll probably drop him like a bad habit in 15 games and I'll get him back anyway. Ha, 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 ha. Or he told Nathan, don't do too well there. You'll be back with us, trust me.
Yeah, you'll be back. You and Mikey, you'll be back together in no time, kid.
Yeah, and that's where they miss Miles Wood as well. And it's good that we need Bastion more than ever because Miles Wood is that type of player to mix it up in front of the net as well.
That's true. It's true, So, and now also Jimmy Vesey, is in the COVID protocols too. So, Studenic stepped in. He had some good plays, but he also had a couple of miscues as well. But so far, so good with him and Jesper Boquist from the taxi squad. We'll see if maybe anything changes come Sunday for this afternoon extravaganza from. Is it in Washington or is it at the Rock? I can't remember.
It's in Washington. They got
it's
two,
in
next
Washington.
2 games are away. Yeah, and then they're in Boston,
okay.
I believe. Then they have the BJs for a home and home Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next step in the reset, play an away game. All right. So we had Buffalo, who we know the competition was a little, not the best because of their protocols that they're going through right now and the struggles that the team is in. What were they down like 6 or 7 players or something like that? So, okay, did good. Then you got the real test at home. You got the big bad Oilers coming in with the best player in the game, in the world, really, and friggin' Connor McDavid. He scores 2 goals on you. The refs try to screw you over, but yet you still somehow pull out the OT winner. Okay, step 2. Like it. Now, we got to do it on the road against another good team. A team that is going to know how to play against you because they're crafty veterans, and a team that has given us a lot of trouble in recent times. So this will be another good test for the boys. Again, if they lose, it's okay as long as they're not sleepwalking. If they lose a 3-2 game or a 4-3 game or something like that, I just don't want to see the sleepwalking. We know they're going to make some young mistakes here and there, but no sleepwalking. 60-minute game, fellas. 4 lines. Have that finish. That's what we need. Talked about it early in the season. Keep it coming. Come out swinging in Washington. That's what your fans want here. We just want to see you come out swinging because, like Fitzy said, the answers are in that room. They got the talent.
Yeah, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not surprised with their talent, but I'm pleasantly surprised that they actually responded because we were worried. Yeah. That they would not, and they would get down on themselves. We always knew that they had it in them. It's just a matter of, do something. And also credit the coaches as well. Nazardine's stepping in. Mark Recchi, a lot of fire Recchi chants. We heard a lot of it before the pause.
Hey,
they stuck and hung in. Yeah.
We've been critical because it wasn't, their power play was atrocious, but we said it right at the beginning of the show today. Now it's like, give us all the penalties, we can get because this power play is working. Simplify.
Everything we criticized about the power play and penalty kill, we joked around about the NFZ. We joked around about, other things about the power play.
Getting outscored by the opposition on our power play. Yeah.
But you know what? The Devils coaches for at least 2 games figured it out and implemented this, this new philosophy of quicker, and less thinking. And they're playing a lot better right now. Just want to answer a question. I don't know how to pronounce it. Nathan Dowie By the way, Sam, I'll be going to the Penn State next Friday for a hockey game. What should I expect? Well, just so happens I got my old skate mat here. Penn State hockey. You're going to expect a ruckus crowd. The crowd in State College love their hockey. Hockey's been going on for many years. It just wasn't until recently that they got major funding by the Sabres owner Terry Pagula, $84 million to inject into the Penn State hockey program for taking it from club hockey, which was only men's, to having both NCAA Division I men's and women's. That was helped by Title IX, and that's, with that kind of funding, they were able to provide both men and women's ice hockey at the NCAA level. So, and the crowds are very devoted. They've got their chants. They are loud. They are proud, and their new arena. I went about 20 years ago. That was, it was quite old back then, but they've got a state-of-the-art arena right now. So you should enjoy your time at Hockey Valley, is what they're calling it right now.
All right.
Yeah, just got to get that in there. Always have to plug.
All right.
Have to plug the old school.
All right.
Yeah.
And if anyone happens to be going to the Devils game in DC, feel free to hit us up on Twitter Live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live after the game. Or, of course, you Devils fans out there in Jersey, if you're on the way home, on the train, or in the car, just fire up your Facebook, your Twitter, or your YouTube, and you can listen to us post-game on the way back. That's Absolutely. How we like to roll. That's why we do Devils After Dark after every single game. And we got Vinny Parisi and Sam Wu before every game with Game Day Live, our big weekend podcast, Hockey on Tap, guys, State of the Fan Address with Nick Villano, who's the editor-in-chief over there at Pucks and Pitchforks, which I believe our good man right here, Sam Wu, also writes a couple articles on there as well. So go give Nick and Sam and Vinny as well. Go give those guys some love on Pucks and Pitchforks. It's a great follow if you're not already, for breaking Devils news, just like what we do here. We have our video component, and there's the blog component right there. It goes hand in hand together. So give us a follow over there, and keep following us here and fire us up after Devils victories or Devils losses, because we like to complain. And it's a good thing we're not in a therapy session today. Woo!
Oh, I know.
We've been having Devils therapy as well, if you're new to Devils After Dark. So hopefully therapy sessions will conclude for the 21-22 season, and we could just have these, mostly happy. I'm sure we'll have a few damn it Devil recaps as well, because they're not going to win every game. But like we said, just no sleepwalking, boys. Just go out there and hustle, and good things are going to happen for you, because the talent is there and the results will come as long as you work hard for it.
Yeah, and, Scotty, I'll say this, repeat this, what I said on Game Day Live. Want to thank you, the fans, this year. This podcast has grown tremendously. Throwing out some numbers here, we cleared over 123,000 downloads on our podcast pages. Our viewership is probably that much or maybe doubled, because we're more based on live video streaming. So compared to 2020, we grew about 2.5 times with you. And you're an extension of our podcast. We read out all of your social media comments, questions. We see you at Taj Lounge 973. Right now, we're going to be doing it virtually, but this Thursday, you'll be able to watch us on the monitors at Taj Lounge 973. We want to keep it safe, and we hope you do as well. And we want to say, again, thank you, because you guys drive us to do our best to put up content every day. We're probably one of the few that puts it up every day, even though sometimes we don't want to get up and talk about the 6-game losing streak. We put it up every day because of you, because you asked for it, and we do our best to do it. And also, I've gotten a lot of questions over the last 3 months. When can I buy your merch? It's coming soon. We're just working out the logistics, but it's coming out soon because we have 2 different countries here. Yeah. People are asking about the jerseys, the hat, the Be Patient t-shirt, banner, all that stuff. And also, we may have free giveaways, hopefully not, of bags.
Of paper bags that
paper
that
bags.
Sam Wu made.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're also compliant with the new rules at the no, I'm just kidding around. So anyway, just jokes. Just jokes. I shouldn't be joking around about that. Just jokes.
Right.
Just jokes.
We're just having fun. Yeah, just jokes.
Yeah. So but want to thank everybody. Thank you, Scotty, for making it out.
Thank you, fans.
Devils After Dark.
Thank you. But yeah, thank everybody out there for helping us, grow this page and grow this family and grow this community. We're all New Jersey Devils fans, and we're just excited to do this together. I'm glad to rock and roll. I'm glad to have a happy Devils recap here. And happy New Year.
Yeah, and Happy New Year. And also, everyone, be safe out there. I don't want to get into, statistics and all that kind of stuff. Just be safe.
Just be safe.
Smart about it.
Just be safe.
Be smart about it. Have fun, but be smart about it. Yeah.
Think it through, and just be safe. That's all. You know what to do.
Yeah. And we'll lock down Beer Baron. I'm just kidding. We just want to lock him down anyway.
Yeah.
He always gallivants all over the place. No, just sit at home, Beer Baron. I'm just kidding. Just jokes. All right. So I want to thank everybody. And podcast will be dropped in about 20 minutes. All of our podcast pages, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart app, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible. You know it. You can find it. And we will see you next year. Have fun. Enjoy the day. Happy New Year's. Till next time, this is Devils After Dark. Let's go, Devils.